Good afternoon. Greetings from United Kingdom. My name is Dr. Elizabeth Lucas Afalalu. I just want to express my profound gratitude to Ambassador Dr. Ojewala Olawale, the visionary and the founder, global director of the Scholar Book Club. I also want to acknowledge the presence of all our honorable patrons, executives, administrators, and coordinators of this event, and lifetime patron, ambassadors, and partners of this organization. As the parent, as the matron, and guest speaker of this event, I first of all want to say congratulations to our professor, Professor Dr. Ojewale, on your 40th birthday, and also for launching your wonderful book, The Giant of Africa. I also want to congratulate you once again for this event today as we celebrate you and celebrate your existence and your achievement. I also want to say thank you for this opportunity given to me. I welcome all our teachers, our parents, and all our students. You are all welcome. Before me today is the topic on reading, a necessary tools for academic. How is it important? How is it necessary that we keep reading? But before I go on, let me share with you 4 things that are missing in everyone's lives. Ignorance, lack of understanding, lack of vision, and unknown of our identity, of who we are and our purpose. And that is why it is so necessary that we keep encouraging you students and even our teachers and our parents to keep reading, keep learning, because readers are leaders. Wisdom is the principal thing, and in all our getting, we get understanding. Better understanding of life, which led us to better and quality performances in life, and also fulfilling our dreams, our purpose, and our vision. So it is very important that we all come together to learn. And that is why I appreciate this organization, the Scholar Book Club, because this organization is going to encourage me, encourage you, and encourage others to keep reading books so that we can gain more knowledge and we are not ignorant. Okay, so, but before I move on again, I would like to appreciate all our teachers, our parents, our tutors, our leaders. Teachers are our friends, effective partners, creative, dedicated, passionate, caring, innovative, excited to teach us so that we can become better and fulfill our purpose on earth. Sidney Hook said, and I quote, "Everyone who remembers his own education remembers teachers and the method and the techniques. And the teachers is the heart of educational system." So I want to encourage you all, my students, to always remember that teachers are very important in the society. We appreciate their passion and their skills using to motivate their students. I just want to encourage all our teachers in this local government. I want to encourage all our teachers, our leaders, our advocates for the great jobs they are doing, to continue the good works and to also to encourage them to continue the good works that they are doing for us. But then, We've encouraged our teachers. We've celebrated them. We've also celebrated the founder of this organization, the school clubs, the Scholar Book Club. But let me speak to you today, all my students, all my friends, that mindset is everything. The state of mind of every individual, including me and you, all the personalities and great leaders and influencers, it all depends on our mindset, and it's needed to change, and the belief system. Why? Because our belief systems dictates how we perform in life, especially in your class, how we behave, how we relate with others and manage others, how we perceive ourselves of who we are. And it all depends on the greater knowledge and how we perceive others, how we treat ourselves and present ourselves in the public, in our school premises, and how we perceive others and treat them. Our mindset also will determine how we manage the resources given to us to develop ourselves, to understand life better, to learn in class and outside the class, and to improve our knowledge. It's very, very important. And do you know that even this mindset that creates the beliefs in us, we also dictate how we manage our emotions and our self-wants. A wise man once said that the mind plays a very important role in the life of an individual. I look at these words of this wise man, and definitely I believe with that truth. Why? Because the mind is what makes us a man or a woman or a girl or a boy. It's the state of our mind. It also determines our views about lives, how we live our lives, how we treat others around us, the decision we make every day of our lives. For example, in school, as a student, as a scholar, and as a learner, the decision you are making every day, what you give out even to the society, even as young as we are. In clear terms, the mind is the epicenter that determines every activities and actions we take in life, even as a younger scholar and as a student. How do I need, and what do I need then to become a scholar? Or what do I need to improve myself? Or what do I need to renew our mindset, making sure that we have the enough information stored in our mindset to dictate the way we behave and the way we want to overcome or succeed in life. Knowledge is powerful, and I need to keep learning. And same thing as you need to keep learning. Oh, you can't stop learning. I also need to be selective in what I'm listening to. That's why you need to guide your mind. That's why you need to save your mind. That's why you need to protect your mind. So you need to be selective of the book you want to read, the film you want to watch, the people you want to hang around with. and what you read or learn. I need also to read as many books, because one book is not enough. You need to keep reading as many and many books, because you will learn from the multitudes of scholars, or the ones that have written the books, the writers, the authors. I also need to read. I need to read to what I want to be. For example, even though in class, our wonderful teachers will taught us, they will teach us what they've learned, what they've understood. But then, in our lives, we need to decide, what do I want to become? What do I want to achieve? And we need to read beyond what's written in the class. That will makes me to want to encourage you. Always read about people, those achievers, those leaders, their biographies, their true stories. Why? Because you will learn one or two things from them, how they make their mistakes and how they learn from their mistakes and how they improve themselves. I know yourself. We also need to feel our mindset, because our mindset is the storehouse of informations. And it all depends on the kind of informations that you store, or you gathered, or you've learned. And it's always going to be based on your beliefs as well, and how you will perform and respond to the present situation. So, readers are leaders. And I want to tell you today, you are a leader. And that is why we join hands together with Professor Dr. Olawale to want to encourage you to keep reading books. I will tell you more about this in this section. So why is it then that it's necessary to constantly study and read books? Why? I will give you a couple of reasons in this place. And I want everyone, including our mothers, our parents, they can also read. And you can also read. Our teachers will keep reading. That is why they are teachers. So we all collectively, we need to be reading. And we need to be learning new things every day. Learn from our own mistakes and learn from others that have achieved a lot in lives. And learn some principles that can encourage you, that can help you to improve daily. So why are we reading books? Why is it necessary to read books? Books help us to feel more confident. As you can see me speaking to you today, you also can be in my position and speak to others like that. So it makes you to feel confident. It also helps you to travel around the world in the cheapest possible way. Because when you keep reading, if I ask you today, who do you think is the most reader and writer there in Nigeria? I'm sure you have so many of them. Well, I have one of them. I know of Professor Wole Soyinka. And I know that some of you know him. Where he reached today at the age of 80 is because of what he has started right from when he was toddler. Reading, until he became writer and author of so many books that some of us have read. I remember when I was in secondary school there in Nigeria, I read about Things Fall Apart, which is written by Chinua Achebe. I read about Trials of Brother Jero, written by Professor Y.Y.C.I, and many, many, many books, because I was being encouraged. And that's why I'm encouraging you today to keep reading. Books helps to develop even our own personalities. Oh yes, the more you can read, the more you can become better, wiser, and stronger. It also provides food for thought. Yes, because you need to be thinking every day. But it all depends on which book are you reading though. It all depends on how far you can go in your reading. So it is very, very important. I'm sure some of us admire Professor Y.Y.C.I and so many, many writers, including Professor Olawale, the founder of this book, this Scholar Book Club. I'm sure some of you admire what great things he's doing. He's touching lives. He's going all over the place, especially visiting schools, blessing them with exercise books and speaking to them, inspiring them, connecting with leaders and royals, kings. Why? Because he's a good reader. And you also can read. And then what you say, what you install your mind with, will determine what is coming out of you. Because the Bible says, out of the abundance of heart, the mouth speaks. And he said, as the man thinks, so is he. And it all depends on how you are reading the right book, the correct book. And that is why this Scholar Book Club is all about, to guide you, to help you, that apart from what you have been taught in class, you can still read other books, and they will be able to teach you how to select books and also to make available for you to read. But the question I want to ask you this afternoon or this morning, are you willing to read? Are you ready to read books? And guess what? Life has changed. It's not only paper book alone. You can read electronically. You can read, you can watch the video, you can listen to audio, and you can even read the audio book. You can read the ebooks. That's how powerful and very important and necessary reading book is all about. It has made available to every one of us. Books also helps us to make better choices because we are thinking outside the box, because we are thinking beyond what we are seeing or what we are knowing. It also helps us to build literacy talents. Some of you can go for debates. You can argue your case. You can be an activist. You can be an advocate. You can be a lawyer and become son of Nigeria. Or you can be anything, because you will be developing your literacy talents. It also does not require any special device to teach or to lead, because once you know it in your mind, once you know it and you've stored it in your mindset, it flows when you open your mouth and speak to others. You are not too young to be a great reader. And the earlier, the better you start. It does not require any special device, so you don't have any excuse. It helps us to build, and it's a fruitful pasture, fruitful, healthy. When you keep reading, one of my pastors used to say to me, the only one pastor I have for almost 30 years, he used to say something on the pulpit. He said that When you keep reading, when you keep learning and keep reading, then you look younger. If I ask you now, how old do you think I am? In my heart is full of just 16-year-old young lady. Why? Because I keep reading. I've got so many bookshelves. I'm reading every day. I have a lot of books on my assets. I read, I watch, I listen, because it helps in nourishing the mind, in nourishing your brain, and nourishing even your body, your face. When you keep reading books, discipline is very important to me and to you, to renew and change our mindset by reading the books. Let's move on. So it's our choice. It helps us to make a better choice. So, before I finish my statements today, I would like to encourage you, both our teachers, our parents, and even students, our teacher, everyone, that consistent learning is the key to success in life. It plays an important role in our education system, because we don't need to depend on only what our teachers are teaching us in the class. We should get prepared. We should come to class prepared. And not only that, you should also read other books that is similar to what you are studying, as much as also reading other people's books. You need to read more articles to present your case. Your exercise, your assignment given to you, you need to read more of articles and books and watch videos. But reading book, I think that is accessible for you all. Make use of the online training if you have the access to it. And keep learning, keep reading, keep gaining knowledge, keep upgrading yourself. I want to charge you before I round up today to keep learning. Why? You have greatness in you. You are so special. And you can succeed. And yes, you can become and achieve in life. And yes, you can. So to improve your performances is to keep learning. To make a change in this world is to keep learning. To stand out and be distinguished and pull out from the crowd is to keep learning. To come out of your comfort zone and be afraid is for you to keep learning so they can break loose from that fear. To give back to give back is to keep learning. And sometimes we need to forget about what we've learned so that we can learn new things. And that's why we need to humble ourselves. So when you are anger and be curiosity, you will learn more. So we need to keep learning. Be a reader, because learner and read books. Be a leader, be a learner, and read more books, articles, and other researchers' findings. To improve our performances, to keep learning, to make a change in this world, especially as young as you are, because you can make a change, is to keep learning. To stand out and make a difference and be the pioneer, the champion, is to keep learning. To come out of your comfort zone is to keep learning. To break the barrier and overcome fear is to keep learning. Remember, I said right from the beginning, It builds confidence in you when you keep reading books and learning. And to give back to the community, even as young as you are, is to keep learning. Because if you are educated and you are learned and you are a reader, you save your own lives and save the lives of others. Because you can motivate them, you can inspire them, you can encourage them, you can support them. And that's more reason why you should keep learning. Let me quickly give you this hint, and then I will stop. Read books. A leader is a reader. I'll make myself an example. I read books every day. See the books you are seeing. These are the books that have encouraged other people globally to write. And I'm reading it. I've written more than 30 books. But then I'm reading more from others. I make up my mind. Now we are going towards the end of 2023. I didn't do much this year because probably the books I've written I've read this year, maybe around close to 200. So I didn't do much. But I've planned that next year I'm going to double it up and read at least 500 books throughout 2024. So what is your commitment? What are you planning for next year? I'm glad that we're in December now for everyone to make decisions, for them to make choices. Because the more you read, the more you can see me. I'm happy. I'm feel fresh. I'm refreshed. I am fulfilling. And you also can do that. So I make up my mind that I will double it up. I didn't do much this year because I've been busy as a global leader, global advisor, global matron, and many, many more titles like that. Even global African queen of inspiration. I have 150 organizations leaders that I need to be mentoring every day. And that's more reason why I have to keep reading. And I want to challenge you as well. Read books if you want to become an effective leader. If you want to become a successful in your career, read books. A leader is a reader. Don't be afraid to fail. The more you read, the more you fail, the more you learn from your failures. And that is why you cannot give up in learning. You cannot give up in reading. You cannot give up in gaining knowledge. Remember, I said right from the beginning that knowledge is powerful and wisdom is the principal things. And in all our gettings, we get understanding. Because you need to understand what you're reading. You need to understand. If you don't understand, you ask questions. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Because from mistakes, you gain experience and wisdom. When you make mistakes, you do it again, so many days, so many times, and then you get it. And you will get it better. Evaluate and learn more from your own mistakes and failures. So if you are going to be a reader, you have to practically read. Read. If you make one mistake somewhere, read about it. Learn from others. Find the problem, evaluate or analyze the problem and find a solution. Why? Because you are a leader. And that is why you have to be a reader. Innovate and creative people rule the world now. And you are one waiting. You are still part of us. You are a leader to make that change, to solve the problem, to ask the question. But you need to read books in order for you to become a leader, in order to be an influencer and influence others. Be an observant as well. Look around what is going on around you. Learn from others, but always have a mentor, because you don't know it all and because no one is perfect. Some people have been where you are and they are still moving on. I've got about 1,000 plus that I'm mentoring every time. So look for a mentor. Even the founder of the Scholar Book Club can be your mentor. If you approach him, ask questions and be willing to learn. A learner is a leader. Mention one or two people successful in Nigeria, even in your local area. Draw closer to them and learn from them. Don't be too carried away with material things, but learn their wisdom, because their wisdom is what will take you to the next level, that will make you to be successful, not the money that they will put in your hand. So make use of the resources provided in your school, your library. Go to the library and study and read at your spare time. Sacrifice the time for learning and network and collaborate. Watch whom you are working with. Some are ready to walk along with you. Some are ready to pull you up, while some of them are ready to pull you down. So watch your association, because your network will determine your net worth. So check your association, check your friends, your circle of friends, and learn from one another. Be the pioneer of a reader and challenge your friends. Let's read together. Let's do reading competition and research more on whatever you learn or whatever you've discovered or whatever you've read from that book. Research more about it. It's very, very important. Learn, 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 and focus, focus, focus. Embrace failure and know that no one is perfect. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Change your language of I can't do it to yes, I can do it. Seek for help when required. Ask questions for clarity and better understanding of what you've read, what you've learned, what you are listening to, and what you watch. Accept feedback. When people tell you, no, it is wrong, do it this way, accept feedback and be willing to learn from the wise ones. Keep going, keep focusing, keep moving. If you cannot fly, run. If you cannot run, walk. And if you cannot walk, crawl. But keep moving, keep progressing, keep looking forward. Be excited of tomorrow. Turn others critics, because you will be surrounded with negative people anyway. But turn all their critics into positive and improve yourself. On this occasion, I want to say thank you so much for listening to me. I wish I could break it down. I wish I could speak your language. But if you are a reader and a learner, this is a simple thing that I've shared with you. And if they can interpret it in Yoruba, that's fine by me. I'm going to send the note as well so that they can translate it or they can do anything about it. I just want you to get the message. I want to say thank you so much for listening to me. It's good to come and celebrate with our wonderful Dr. Olawale on his 40th birthday, and also launching a wonderful book, Giant of Africa, and also other programs that is in place within today and tomorrow. And I just want to say, keep up the good work, because you know what? I'm coming back to come and challenge you for more of my inspirational nugget of wisdom, because I want to see you succeed. I want to see you achieving. I want to see you passing your exams and doing well for the future. preparing yourself because you are the leaders of tomorrow. Once again, I want to thank the founder of the School Scholar Book Club. I want to also appreciate all our patrons and matrons and leaders and coordinators and partners. I want to also appreciate our rulers, our obas, our chiefs that are advocates of this education, standing in gap, making sure that we get the right resources, connecting to the right people. I want to say thank you, sir. All the chiefs, all our kings, our leaders, our teachers, thank you for the great jobs you're doing. And to you, students, are you ready to read more books, especially in this coming year of 2024? Because yes, you can. You can read that book. You can be a great learner. You can become an influencer. And you can achieve all great things. And you can become. And yes, you can. So I'm Dr. Elizabeth Lucas Afolalu from Y.Y.C.I International, United Kingdom. Thank you so much. God bless you. Bye-bye.